Oh, lovely. It's raining, and it's a sunset. Hey, it's Quit Games, guys. I've been back pretty much. Again, more lag time with me just because I cannot get this thing totally optimized. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I only got a job, then I would have money to get a new computer. But, no. Jobs are for losers. Alright. So, I kind of moved myself into a different direction, and maybe it's better that, we can't see everything at night, but basically, here we go, it's a little factory and water tower, and then I wasn't very satisfied with that, so I made a larger water tower. This is kind of the ones that I actually am familiar with in real life look like that. And this is going to be the biggest metropolis over here that I made. It's connected to 3 different kind of regions or areas. There's this one first. Yep. There's the middle, and eventually it's going to load up and it's going to show the city complete. Magnificent. Oh. My work on this is so sexy. Alright, I think some of this stuff was copied in, some actually wasn't. Simplistic design, over a year old again. But each of these has its own individual floor, and it's a nice scope. It's really, really cool. Coolio, as the beatniks would say. I don't know where my little minecart thing went. Whatever. I need exercise, so I'll just do this. Yeah, I haven't really gotten to tinkering around with the 1.5 stuff yet. I know there's hoppers, which I can understand. You don't have to be that smart to get hoppers. You chuck stuff in it and, you know, it goes in. The other things, I get how they're machinery, but they just don't make that much sense. Whatever the case, I've been logging on to my friend's server, and they have a little issue because they're at an ultimatum. You know, they can't play 1.5 in its full form, so they asked people to take a vote whether we should wipe everything and start anew or keep it. And it's, as democracies usually seem to go, at a deadlock, 5-5. See, I don't want it to switch over. I think that's lame. I mean, after all the work that we spent in. So hopefully they don't erase it. That would really suck. You know, if you lose a world, and fortunately this hasn't happened to me ever since I started. The very first thing I did was made a little house in alpha. That broke, but I have not had a single problem since then, fortunately. But I'll tell you, man, when stuff crashes and there's no solution, you lose motivation to continue. So hopefully they keep our stuff. Hopefully I bulldoze this piece of shit. I hope this gets cleared out. Attempt at a bus. Turns out, you can't make wheels in this game very well. Never would have known it. So yeah, this is all hand done. I'll hop over here. Check it out. Completely defeats the purpose of button pushing, but hey, you can see there's a good view of the city and a lovely, lovely bed. Mine comfy bed. Not too much else to it. I don't think I've done anything like this, which is strange. Have like above ground supports for a building. It's the only time I've done that. It makes logical sense in some cases. You know, high tide, we're on an ocean, you want to keep safe. So you can see a little chunk error there. That is not a chunk error. This was purposely made to look like like a spaceship hit it. Yeah, not a plane. You know. An amphibious water vehicle hit this skyscraper. I can't. You know, normally I would just say every 9/11 joke in existence is horrible, but there's one that I just couldn't help but laughing at. This is a great segue, isn't it? And it's like Obi-Wan Kenobi. And you know that part of A New Hope in Star Wars when he says he's looking at the tracks in the dunes, and he says this blast power is too advanced for sand people. So they have a picture of him over. Yeah, you get the idea. It's terribly disrespectful. But let's face it, he foresaw the events of that fateful day. And there was but not a fuck you sign. I've only done 2 instances of lettering that I can think of. It was my screen name, Quidnick, and this. So it's a brilliant greeting for all those who wish to visit this place. Yeah, more city. There's more stuff around here. This is gonna be a bit of a tour. You can tell that this is old because it's like gravel beaches. They didn't update that. It's been a long time, too. Excuse me for a moment. Okay. Alright. I guess I'll just follow this track over there. Still laggy as all fuck. Just try your very best to ignore it. It's like a huge zit on your face. You know, you just got, I mean, it's a pain. It definitely doesn't look good. But you just gotta live with it, man. Oh, there's some evidence of work done here. Good stuff. Yeah, this is a bridge crossing. not much going on, really. I think this rail goes around. It's like I've invented several different ways of accessing parts of my world, and, you know, some of them I call backdoor, you know. It's interesting how you make your world. It always seems to gravitate kind of in a circle in the center where you spawn, pretty much, and then it spreads out like a web. What do I mean by that? Well, like if you use MC Edit, it will show the entire world highlighted in white. That shape normally takes on kind of like a web shape. It's hard to explain, but there's a name for it, you know. Like, it happens if you told 100 people who are all in a circle to walk in a straight line, it would form the same shape. It's kind of this random... has something to do with math and sociology. Two things I'm not good at. Alright, over here we've got a smaller villa, which is very nice. If I can find a picture of what I mean, because it's one of those things that is just all visual. I'll go into MC Edit and I'll show. Now, the exceptions to the rule was when I took a boat out into the sea and just kept going for a few days. Several in Minecraft time. And that, you know, created an awkward tentacle thing on the map, which takes like 5 minutes to load just because it's such a huge distance in a straight line. All scaled to the real world, I probably went 100 miles. Just absolutely insane. Then I built or tried to make a subway transit system underneath all of it. I've got to show you guys that someday. It's on a minecart track, and it takes 12 hours to get to the end. Absolutely, like, it's overdoing it. Yeah, this stuff is by hand, as you could see before. I fell off and cracked part of my spleen, I think. Get the bridge over here. And this is just me trying to create a sort of dam to keep water out. Because this was a big, small, rocky island. So I flattened it all out. Did some terraforming. And you get the result that you see. Okay. I can just remember... yes. Okay. First attempt at a truss here. It didn't fail all too miserably. I don't even know what this kind of bridge is supposed to be. Not real, we'll call it. More structures. A kiosk, just in case you get lost. I created this to be a sort of spawn point, you know? So I thought it would be cool to have that over here. Don't ask me why there's a huge line of torches. I don't know. Maybe this is an electrical center. Let's play pretend, right? you can see the beautiful sunrise, and there's more buildings. When I did this a long ages ago, I had an obsession to just find any island that I could and clear it straight out. This kind of ended after a little while. I got in over my head. I picked some islands that were just too big to really handle, and there's an end to that. But whatever the case. Now, we're heading into over here. Excuse me. Oh, man. Sort of desert. That path goes on for a while. I won't bore you with the details. Another little quirk of my own brain is using up all the redstone I could find, because it's a very ugly resource. You know? You just get too much all at once. You don't know what to do with it. Same thing with wood, so I'm like, you know what? Let's make a train ride in which you can play some notes. It's like those roads that they build where you drive your car over grooves and it makes a song. It's pretty cool. They need to do that way more often. In fact, I petition the city of Toronto right now to do just that with Rush. Take one of their songs and just make grooves so they play it. Just do it. I don't make a bridge that leads to nowhere just so you can run your car over to Tom Sawyer. That would be the most beautiful thing in the world. Alright, so this... Oh, yeah. My little experience with mods. There was one with horses in it, and this was a sort of temporary stable for them. It's a pretty shitty one. They get fed. It's no big D. It's no big D. Yeah, so we'll follow this back, and it should lead to town eventually. I've noticed that when I whistle, it messes with the frequencies on this microphone, so... To spare your ears and my time, I'll refrain from doing the whistle. Alright. What do we have here? We have... I don't even... Oh, I think... What is this? Oh, you know, there was a floating island. And I was pissed that this game wasn't following Isaac Newton's rules. I mean, you know, he put a lot of time into figuring all that stuff out with the apple and everything, and I was like, I wanted him to be respected, so in his honor, I took down the floating island. Oh, no, wait, I didn't. It's still there. Forget about what I said. Isaac Newton, you suck. Yep, we get a little bowling alley. This is copied from my city. It's like a separate world that's just a city made on Superflat. So, there's not a whole lot to see in that one, but I'll show it someday. And here we go. Ah, yes. Don't dig underneath, folks. You have been forewarned. Got a little Yosemite Park. I mean, yep. Yellowstone Park. Yosemite is the geyser itself. Okay, well. That's about does it. This is all shit. It's not worth looking at. I also had an obsession with gravel. You know, gravel used to be so ugly. It's slightly less ugly now, but I was like, every time I found pockets of it, claw, 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 it was done. And there's so many more things that you don't see here that I've worked on underground, but they're not. You know, it's just torch placing and that sort of deal. Alright. Alright, folks, that about does it. I'm going to show a few more parts to this world. My city, as I just mentioned, and then the multiplayer. Should be fun. I'll actually have other people to talk to. Other people. It's gonna be a new and frightful experience for me. Alright, folks. That's about it. This is Quidnick signing out. See you next time.